We had a glitch with our stream. Not sure what exactly happened. I think something to do with maybe we kicked the internet or something under the table here, and we lost everything. And it came back, but then it glitched out again. And it did that. It did that a couple of times. So we said, okay, we're not going to stream. Let's take this offline. Restarted everything. We played with it a little bit. We're down to 5 players right now. I'm going to go ahead and stream. We're not using the RFID cards, so you can't see the whole cards. We do have commentary, and I just want to see what happens right now as we're going. To see if there's some hardware problem. We put in all new. If you notice, we've got new microphones, new speakers in here. We ran the HDMI cables to the server. We lifted the whole truss system up about 2 feet. So we did a bunch of changes, and we're just testing it on tonight's stream. So that's what we're doing, guys. If you're watching, I'm going to jump online and check all my devices, make sure everything's working well. I'll probably get Eddie and Craig back in here to chat with you. It's going to be, we'll be right back. Might be right over there. Yeah, check under the table. Okay. Yeah, this is live. Alright, so Minbert just brought me in a laptop so I could watch it, but I'm watching it live. Hey Eddie, have a seat here. So what we're doing now, and you are on camera, just to test everything because I don't know why it reset. So I've got it streaming with no delay, but no whole cards.
Okay.
So and
I'm on mute.
You should be good now. Can you guys hear me now? I forgot we had a microphone over here.
I think we're live.
Yeah, we're live now, but I've been talking for 10 minutes and I forgot to forgot to put the microphone there. So let's hit this button. There we go. So that's it. Now, I'm going to turn off the commentator's camera because you guys don't need to see us at all. Hey, say hi real quick, though, Eddie.
Hey, everybody.
There we go.
Sorry for the technical difficulties today.
Yeah.
New equipment, new microphones.
Yep. Not positive what happened, but we're gonna keep streaming this so you can see the final 5 players of this $280 tournament, a $7,500 guarantee, and they hit the guarantee. They smashed it with 30 players.
Perfect.
So just right at the end, we got a couple of late entries and made that guarantee. Great structure for a $280 tournament.
Yeah, especially for a one-day tournament that starts
There's Tiny.
mid-afternoon.
Yep.
The structure's really good. The buy-in's good. The value's good.
Yeah, we're about 6 hours into it, and everybody's super deep. I think we're at like 2,000, 4,000 blinds.
We are now.
And they've got like 200-300K in front of them. So this might last a while. There's Tiny on YouTube. So Tiny, tell me, can you hear us okay? I was talking earlier and I didn't have the microphone in front of me. So reach out. Tell us what you want to hear. I'm going to turn off this for just a second. There, he says howdy.
Would you want to like just throw in the famous page just to like stream it live?
What's that?
Would you want to just go ahead and?
We are streaming live.
No, with hole cards. Or?
Oh God, no. Okay. No, we can't stream live with hole cards. That would be horrible. No, way too many issues with that. We could if this stream works for, let's say, 15 minutes without kicking us off, because I don't know what the problem was. We're just doing some troubleshooting right now. If we stream, we're on minute 6 minutes going into it. If let's say we get another 10 minutes out of this thing with no glitches, I wouldn't hate giving them the RFID cards back and putting it back on the delay. We won't miss anything. We'll just take a quick break from commentary for 15 minutes. That's what I think I'll do. If this doesn't kick out on us, and everything looks good. We got Scott dealing. He's counting the cards. Looks like we
got KJ all in. Looks like about 200K.
I was gonna say the tournament might be done in 15 minutes. These guys are playing. They're playing way faster than they need to be playing, simply because they have so many chips in play, and the blinds are so low right now. These guys don't need to be ramming and jamming this much.
Yeah, and this, especially with the pay jump, right now we're based off.
We might be on the stone bubble. 4 players.
Yeah, that's actually still. There's still 5 players left, and they're paying top 3 unless they made a decision.
No, we 2 seats gone.
Is there?
So we've got the 1 seat, the 4 seat. And then the ladies. Right. Yeah, we're down to the stone bubble.
Yeah. Especially I think here with ICM and ICM.
Because the next one out gets $0.
Right.
And then the fourth or third place, gets 20% of the $7,500, which is $1,500, and then 30% for second place, and 50% of the prize pool for first place. So yeah, ICM is right on the stone bubble. It's not very often you're watching a stream table on the final table on the money bubble.
Right.
And but it's just a small tournament. We just did this to test the stuff, test all of our new equipment. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Randy looks like she's in a tough spot.
Man, I so wish we had hole cards right now so we can see what she's got. What do you think she has? This is a great mystery hand. It's kind of like the poker.
She either has some sort of some middling pocket pair or hand, maybe like ace jack suit.
I think a pair she snaps them off. I think I would go as low as, like, let's say a king 10 or ace 9.
I think both of those hands are auto folding with ICM in play. I didn't see what the action was pre-flop, but
she put out a big stack and then he went all in. That's why she's thinking, because it's not. That's why I think she's weaker than. I think she's calling with any pair.
Yeah, and I've played with KJ on cash, and if she makes it opens a 2K 4K, it looks like, gosh, maybe she opened
100. She's got a stack. Oh, the pinks are 5, not.
Yeah, so that looks like that's like 120.
Okay.
Right. So 2-4, that's 30 big blinds.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're jamming.
Yeah, and I think especially when you start getting down. When you start getting down to 4 and with the blind, so you don't need to be opening big and 3-betting big.
So that's why I think she might be thinking about calling lighter than she normally would, because she doesn't have very much, but she puts so much in there. And she does fold. I wish I knew what she had.
And I've played with KJ before, and for him to make that move, it looked like it was a blind versus blind situation.
Right.
So for her to open that big to probably put some pressure on it, and for him to rip it, he's probably not doing that.
He's not light.
Nines and above, ace queen and above, ace jack suited and above. So that's a hand he's re-ripping it with.
Yes.
So if I were to guess, he's going to be well ahead of her small blind range.
Right.
I mean, it's a good fold.
She just said, "Do you have ace 7 beat?" She's talking about a different hand. Oh. Okay.
I mean, she's down to
top pair, top kicker. Yeah, they're not talking about this recent hand. They're talking about a previous hand where she said, "Did you have a 7 beat?" And he said ace 9. There's probably a 7 and 9 on the flop.
I think that, what's the gentleman's name in seat 3? 4?
It's dang it. It's not Doc. It's
I know it's Sherry and that's Randy.
yeah, Sherry.
Now, what I'd like to see KJ do, especially with the other guy wanting to probably sneak into the money, if he's on the button and both those players are left with a small stack, I think he should use his chip set because it looks like he has over 400,000 in his stack. He should definitely put the table in tough positions.
I'm gonna listen to these guys for a second.
Yeah.
No, I bet on the flop and you just call.
Yeah, because top player, top kicker, right?
So he slow played and confused her.
Yeah, it looks like he has over $450,000 because those are definitely not 100 stacks. Those are a little bigger than. He could be closer to 450, 500. Now with him on the button, with Randy folding, he should pretty much be putting his whole stack in there and putting them in the top position.
I agree.
These are spots in tournaments that. So I know a lot of people when they play these smaller type tournaments, they tend to chop when they get 2, 3, 4-handed, and working with the coaches that I worked with, they've encouraged me not to chop.
Correct.
For the reason being, I was in Vegas for 2 months for the series, but also just learning these spots are really important if you're going to really play tournament play, and learning how to use your chip stack size, understanding ICM and the implications.
Definitely.
And so I now no longer chop strictly for the fact that, especially when it gets down, just for the experience, because these smaller good value tournaments like this,
right?
These are good spots to practice those. It's not
Playing shorthand.
Yeah, playing shorthanded, and the money is somewhat important, but learning the spots.
Yeah.
When you're playing bigger buy-in tournaments with bigger fields and bigger prize pools,
And you're playing for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's far more important.
Min and I were talking about that exact scenario this morning when we talked about whether or not we were going to stream tonight. And I said, well, what are the chances they chop? And he said, I'll chop. I'll usually chop. And I said, I specifically don't chop because when I was on tour for the last 10 years, you could tell at the final table by the time, if you got 400, 500, 600 people in a tournament, 1,000 people sometimes, when they get to the final table, everybody's pretty good. Right. If you made it to the final 9, you're pretty good. And then we would lose a couple of people. We'd be down to 8-handed, 7-handed, and you'd get to about 6-handed, and you could see people start to get uncomfortable because they're not used to playing that in 5-handed and 4-handed. And I told Min the story about a time where a guy was heads up, and he got destroyed by this kid. And she's still talking about that ace-9 hand. But I saw him the next weekend at a different event, and he came up and said, "I am never chopping again." He says, I'm usually, he was an older guy. He was like probably 65, 70 years old. And he said, I'm the guy that for the last 30 years has been instigating chops in Vegas. Right. And I don't know how to play 3-handed and 2-handed. And he just got destroyed.
Hey, Bobby boy, the reason the whole cards aren't showing, we were having some technical difficulties at the start of the feature table. So we decided to pretty much end the stream. But we were just kind of testing it right now, and I think we're going to try and test it afterwards so we don't have these technical difficulties going forward. This is the first time we've been on the air since the 100K Hammer Jam Guarantee, and we've got some new equipment, and so this stuff kind of happens.
We wanted to test all the equipment. We had some glitches. It reset a couple of times, and so I said, you know what, we're live right now. There's no delay, and we're just going to stream it to see. Yeah, they're in the money now. And we're just going to stream it to see what happens because it glitched out when I was out front, and now I'm back here in the command center. I want to see what is happening, and it's all looking great. Drew's asking, what's the dealer name, fella?
Scott.
He's Scott. He's
a new dealer here.
He's a new dealer down here.
A newer dealer.
I met him years ago up at Canterbury when I was up in Minnesota.
Okay, so he's not from the Midwest.
Yeah, he's a Minnesota guy. He's a really good dealer. And when we were going to stream the final table, I reached out and asked if he would come deal for me.
Okay, is that the reason he came?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's one of my guys. So he's a fabulous dealer. If anybody's asking why is this new guy on the feature table, why do you pick him over the 50 dealers you have? He's one of my guys, and he's doing it as a favor for me.
Now we are down to the final 3 players with Randy, Sherry, and KJ. It looks like Sherry has close to 200K, 200,000. And it looks like Randy has just 80, 85K, give or take. KJ with an overwhelming chip lead. I think the blind. It sounds like it looks like the blinds are about to go up to.
Yeah, you
25.
can hear it beeping.
Yeah, you can hear it beeping by 366 or 25.
Probably. Yeah, and we're real time. We can just open that door and look. Yeah, we're at 366 now.
Yeah. So 30-minute levels. I'd like to see good. I like to see KJ, especially with him being in button. Let's say if Randy folds to him and it's blind versus blind situation against Randy, I'd like to see him get it all in versus her, put her in a tight spot. Oh, she comes back over the top. So KJ opens on the button. Sherry 3 bets out of the small blind, which I'm not familiar with Sherry's play, but 3-handed. And she didn't look like she was playing too many hands earlier when I was watching. So for her to 3-bet out of the small line, she's probably pretty strong right here.
Definitely. Yeah, she seemed pretty snug. Renee is watching on Facebook. He says, very nice dealer. I was there when he auditioned. Yep, Renee was at the
It looks like she just ripped it. I believe I heard her say all in, and then KJ folds. Snap folds.
KJ's a solid player.
Yeah.
He was on the stream quite a few times.
I think he's
Couple
relatively
weeks
new to tournament poker because
Is he a cash guy?
he plays here very often, plays cash guy, and he knows that I'm a tournament guy more than I am a cash guy.
Okay.
And so, when I think when the 100K guarantee was out there were some spots that he was in that he had asked me about.
Right.
I had told him, gosh, I think he was a couple players away from bubbling and bagging tagging. I think it was flight A or flight B. And I told him, with it being really close to the bubble, to like one of the things we talked about, the coaches I work with, is kind of stalling a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't need to stall significantly long.
Right,
But
right.
you don't need to fold.
Let somebody else bust on a different table.
You don't need to, fold or act after 3 seconds. You can take 15 seconds.
Yeah, let's think about it for a second.
So Randy rips it in from the small blind and gets KJ to fold the big blind. Picks up a few chips there. And again, for those of you that are still in the chat, thanks for hanging out with us. We're actually live. There's no hole cards.
No hole cards, no delay.
No hole cards, no delay. We did have live stream issues earlier with the stream basically cutting out on us for unknown reasons. And so as of right now, what we're doing, we just want to make sure the actual stream itself is not going to time out on us and cut off on us, which is why we're not using Faded Spades RFID cards and just letting them play and kind of just commentating in the background with Eric. So Eric, how does it feel to be in Dallas now?
Oh, I super love Dallas. I was actually born here.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
50 years ago over here at Irving, and came down here in February when they bought the table. A little bit about my background. I've been traveling around the country for the last 11, 12 years. Minnesota, Iowa, Michigan, Wisconsin, Colorado. We were even in Oklahoma at Downstream a couple of times back in 2013.
Okay.
But that was just too far for us to go.
And this is not my first encounter with Eric. I'm actually originally from Houston.
Yeah.
And so I was down there
Champions.
with Champions, a room.
Lone Star with Hayden and Kim.
You know what? That's who I live with.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's who I live with.
Awesome.
I'm their roommate. I'm their baby's Uncle Ed. So
Aw,
actually, they're out of town right now.
that's the cutest girl.
Yeah, I'm out. They're out of town.
Emmy? Emma?
Emmy. Yeah.
Emmy. Yeah.
They left for St. Louis yesterday morning, so we ended up leaving the apartment at 4:30 so I could take them to the airport. So
Yeah, she She was about 11 months pregnant when I was streaming down in Houston 2 years ago.
And what was funny because I used to joke with I wouldn't say she hated me, but I would always joke with her because she used to love IPAs. And when we were down in Houston, there was a lot of the WSOP floors that I'd developed a relationship with, a lot of the dealers there. So I'd buy them drinks when they would get off, and I'd always offer Kim a drink. And she would give me the worst look ever. And then post pregnancy, obviously I came up here to Dallas. A couple of my friends actually came up here to try and deal at one of the local card rooms, and we went out to drink. And she's like, I don't like IPAs anymore. I guess pregnancy did it for me.
Oh no!
Okay, something happened.
Oh, she just. Oh,
Looks like she just busted out.
Yeah. Sherry did. Yeah. And so she just laddered into second place. She made a bad ICM move there. Randy just laddered into second place. That's why she's fist pumping.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You don't have to make a lot of these big moves, especially pre-flop, unless something happened on the flop where she just and he just super sucked out on her. I don't know, obviously without having the whole cards, but again, this is where
was maybe they weren't talking about an older hand. Maybe they were talking about that hand.
That hand,
and we didn't see the board.
Yeah.
Where she had ace-7 against ace-9, and that's why she had such a big. I was thinking it was pre-flop.
Yeah, I thought it was pre-flop too, but
it must have been.
It had to have been post-flop.
Ace-9 when he. Okay, and she's betting on the second pair, and he rips it in with top pair.
It must have been. There must have been some pre-flop action.
Yeah. To make the stack size big.
So it looked like he made his move on the turn.
Okay, that makes way more sense now. In hindsight, 20 minutes later.
Yeah, because 120,000 pre-flop, that was 30 big ones at the time.
Yeah,
you definitely don't need
that. Makes way more sense. That there was already some chips in the pot, and then the flop came out, and then he checks it to her. She bets 120, and then he rips it, and now she's thinking of whether or not to call with second pair.
I think now she can. KJ's definitely going to just be putting her all in.
Oh, for sure.
I think what she's doing.
What does she have there? 20, 40, 60,
70?
Less than 100?
Yeah, 70, 75,000 at most.
And it's a 30K starting stack. We had 30 players. That's 900 in play, and she's got less than 100 of it. he wakes up with ace king.
So I'm pretty sure he's done.
Oh, she hit something good. Let's go.
And Randy with the double of it looks like, so.
Here, open the door quick. Randy.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what are the cards there? See, we're right here. We're 100% live right now. We're not using whole cards. We're just testing the software.
Okay.
Talk to me.
So it was
Goose.
it was ace king versus ace 4, and she had the ace of clubs. Flops 3 clubs with a 4, and then turns a club.
Oh, so she
pretty much flopped the world,
and
he rivered her king actually.
He rivers the king just for insult.
Yeah. So she doesn't get the double. So she has about 150,000. So right now
we're having fun back here. Let's go.
She got about 20 something.
She's up to 170. Craig told us. So she was at 85, 90, 85.
Just under 30 big blinds. That's a big stack. Heads up.
That's a huge stack, and these guys are ripping it so. The blinds are 366, and there's 900 in play, and they're just ripping it in like they've got 10 big blinds left when they have so much play.
And here's the thing: I've watched Randy on streams before at Texas Card House, and even here at Poker House. She's very aggressive with her chip stack.
She really is.
So, and I know she has more heads-up experience than KJ. Again, KJ is a relatively new to the
He's a
tournament.
new tournament player.
He's very solid, very snug, plays a very, I wouldn't say face-up game, but very tight aggressive.
Yeah, what you'd expect.
Right. So let's.
He's not getting out of
He
line.
does not get out of line, but Randy's gonna put him in some tough spots here, because she has more heads-up experience than he does.
Yes.
And again, now with her having less than 30 big blinds, he doesn't need to, Now
He doesn't need to risk it.
Yeah.
Tom Harrison has liked the stream. How you doing, Tom? Tom's one of my dealers out of Iowa. He's going to be coming down for the next big multi-flight tournament
Yeah.
in October. I don't know if we can announce that yet.
Oh. Well, you just did.
So,
You just did, Eric.
so
Surprise!
yeah, we are planning another big tournament towards the middle/end of October. There's Ryan Meek. He's one of my guys from Iowa. He runs a car detailing business.
Okay. Ryan, thanks for jumping in on the chat and the live stream, even though we don't have any live whole cars. So just listening to Eric and I. And then Craig's now in the booth as well. So you can talk.
Yeah, the microphone's great now. We don't have to.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, you can't hear us, but we can hear you.
Oh, that's good to know. So.
John Bradley liked the stream.
But we do know that with KJ, even with the double up, he is still sitting with an 8-1 chip lead.
Yeah. I just one or two more double ups for Randy. She's right back in it.
Yeah.
At least maybe 2 more double ups, and then she'll have the chip lead.
If she has 170.
And he has about 730. So.
Yep.
And I wouldn't, like I said, if she has one more double up, that's going to put her at least 50 big blinds, 56 big blinds. And that's going to put KJ in a tough spot just because, again, playing heads up is significantly different than
if I'm KJ, knowing nothing against KJ,
KJ, yeah.
K-Jack, right?
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Okay, so nothing against him, but she's a better player.
Yeah.
Right? She has more experience. If I'm KJ, I'm just going all in.
I agree.
You know, and you have to wake up with a hand to beat me.
right.
And even if you do wake up with a hand to beat me, I might suck out on you.
This
you
is
know?
true. So.
For like do that a few times. Now, you know, she has to win like what 3 in a row
In theory,
to beat you.
It's one of those things where KJ will want to try to play big pots, whereas the longer the match goes, the more in favor it is for Randy.
I would agree with that.
Yep.
She made the final table. She made the final table here at the 100K guarantee a few weeks ago, and then just a couple weeks before, she shipped the Saturday tournament at TCA.
Yep.
So
She rocks those Saturday tournaments, those one-day tournaments that TCH does.
Oh yeah, she is a certified
She's a
tournament killer.
crusher. Yeah. She has the best winners photo. If you go check out our Facebook and Twitch.
I haven't seen that winner's photo.
Let me scroll back here and quickly show. Actually, let me do this. This is how cool we can do this. I'm going to jump on the internet over here.
Color up?
Whoop, I didn't want to do it that fast. Let's get this back over here so they can't see it in the background. All right, I'm gonna jump on Facebook. I'm gonna go to Poker House Dallas. All right, looks like this. Now in between hands, I'm gonna scroll back. I'm gonna do it over here, and then I'll pull it over onto the live stream in between hands. See, so here's how we're doing this. We're screen capturing this. And
Can they see that on their end?
They can see everything. This is exactly what they're watching right
Okay.
now. That's why they accidentally saw it live because Min was in here and he moved the stuff around. And that's why I shut everything down quickly. I'm like, whoa, this is live with no delay. What happened? And so we fixed it.
Good thing we didn't have anything inappropriate up.
No. So this is our Facebook page. If you go like Poker House Dallas on Facebook, I'm gonna scroll all the way back, and man, it was a couple weeks ago, and we do post a lot. There's a lot of stuff.
Almost every day.
Oh, I'll take the over. And now we got Craig Dobson posting, and Chris Mays posting, and I'm jumped in here and started posting about the tournament schedules and stuff like that. My goodness, this is taking a while.
We have a lot of people that have access to this, but it's going to give you the fact that we're going to always keep you informed with everything that is going on here.
All right. So I pulled this out of the way so you guys can watch them play for a little bit, and I'm going to keep scrolling down and scrolling down.
So while you're going through this, Eric, why don't you let everybody know in the chat, if they don't already know, what your new role is here at Poker House?
You know, somebody asked me last night what my title was, and I said, I'm not real big on titles. I'm just going to do whatever they ask me to do.
Fair enough. But you're going to be focusing mostly on tournaments and the live stream.
Tournaments and live stream is the big thing. I was surveillance last night. There was a car got hit in the parking lot, and they needed to go back and to see what happened. And it turned out that the car was hit before it got here. So the guy said, "There's a big dent in my car," and I found it, and I watched it for 15 minutes, and I'm like, "There's nobody by your car at all." And I scrolled back to, speaking of scrolling back, I'm right there. Okay, he's pushing pots, so I'm gonna bring this over there. So here, every player who cashed has their picture on there. Congratulations, Dusty. Congratulations, Justin. Congratulations. And then there was our live stream for an hour, and then there was a big hand, and then congratulations, Johnny, and then congratulations, Michael, and then congratulations, Randy.
That should be her new.
It was just a great picture. She hates it. She's like, take that off of there. So that was a really long way to show you that fun joke.
For all that will last for all of eternity.
Forever and ever. And that's what we do with the multi-flight tournaments. I like to snap a picture of every player in the money, and then as they bust out, and I thought I got rid of that shot. Oh, I never hit go.
Oh, it looks like it's over. It looks like KJ.
Are we done? Okay. Let's do this. Let's invite them in here.
Yeah.
For fun. I'm gonna scroll back here, and let's go to commentary. Yeah, get Randy and KJ in here.
We're gonna get Miss Randy in first.
Here.
What?
We're gonna get her in first.
We're jump in here real quick. How you get?
What? I don't know what y'all are doing.
Here, look at this. Look at that picture. Oh, first,
Here we go. So
tell me that big hand. We had no hole cards, so for the last 30 minutes, we've just been watching you guys play. It's super entertaining. It's a lot more fun with hole cards because we didn't know.
I'm sorry.
No, I
Chris?
no,
don't. I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all.
we're all adults
You're
here.
fine. This is PG-13. We're good.
Absolutely.
So there was a big hand.
Yes.
Walk me through this one because we just saw the tail end of it.
It was the ace four hand. It was ace four. Actually, it was your double up.
Yes.
Which one do you want to go with? The ace four or the
No, it
Well,
was.
well, we didn't
it
see
was
the
when
cards,
he-
so I don't know what
yeah,
it is.
It was
Yeah, you opened really. You didn't know.
I had A7.
You had ace-7. He had ace-9.
He
claimed.
said he has ace-9.
Right. So what? So tell me the action from that because we missed it.
Yes.
Like we.
So we were in the blind.
Right.
And I just I called
Yep.
the big blind, and then he raised,
Okay.
and I called.
Now you were like 2-4 at the time. So what do you make it like?
I think it's like 15.
10?
Yeah, he made it. Like
Pretty-
15.
pretty
yeah,
standard,
Yeah,
okay.
15. And then
the Flopcom, I think came 974.
974.
You're sitting with middle pair. He's
I'm-
got top
Middle
pair.
pair.
Yeah, he has top hair. He says he has top hair.
Right. I believe him.
Yeah, I don't think he would, but I just whenever
It didn't make sense.
it didn't make sense whenever I bet out and he just flats right there
With top.
but it's still a very vulnerable hand. I could have
You could have 2 overs.
Yes, I could have 2 overs.
Yeah.
I could have on that board.
You could be open
I could
ending in a
have
couple ways.
5-6.
You could 5-6. You could have 8-9. 8-10.
Yes.
You have a couple combinations.
Yes,
of
I
those.
have so many combos there, and
What happened?
We got some more well wishers coming in. So you're right. You could have any combination.
I could have any
connectors.
combination. I could have overs,
Yeah, two
to
over
that.
cards
2
you could hit.
overs right
Yeah,
there.
for
That
sure.
that is supposed
With
to
ace
bet
9,
out
you
right
don't
there.
want to see a turn card.
Yes,
I-
exactly.
if I'm
exactly.
KJ.
So that's why I negated the 9.
Right.
I was like, he can't have a 9 here. He
You were-
can't have a 9 here.
So when the turn now, now we've got
The turn is the king.
King of clubs. So now there's an overcard the board, but now there's a couple more straight draws, and now there's a flush draw.
There's
You
a
bet
flush
like
draw,
a
and
120.
He leads out again for 15.
No,
we
she leads off for
checked.
one.
No,
Oh,
I think
check,
we
check?
checked.
Check.
Okay.
I think we checked on that.
So then the river comes a 9. So now
Yes.
the board pairs 9s.
Yes.
Oh.
And you let out.
125.
Big.
You go
Big.
125. So
Yeah, and I left enough back to where I had
You
some
could
playability
fold,
that I could fold.
And he rips it in. I totally believe he has ace-9 right there.
For
You're
me,
on the
it's
stream,
you know,
Chris.
You're not. We were just talking about
You're
it.
fine, you're fine.
only making that move with considering the board texture with 8-9, 10-9, maybe Jack-9, if that.
It didn't make sense that he just he flatted on the flop bet because I had so many hands that had so much. I could have had so many hands that had so much equity.
True.
But I think he is more of a cash player.
Yes.
We discussed that.
Yes.
He's new
so,
to tournament
and that's
poker.
what I was thinking through my
Yeah.
head is, okay, he's a cash player, so he doesn't think tournament
Right.
tournament
It's strategy.
strategy,
Yeah.
tournament strategy
Yeah, for
out
sure.
as much as someone else would.
Right.
So he's like, I had top. Why would I bet that?
Yeah, why?
But,
I'm gonna let you. You're leading into me. Let
yeah,
me. You know.
exactly.
If the donkey's doing the pulling.
you know, in a tournament, like
Protect your hand.
You protect your hand
Correct.
if there's if there's draws out there and.
Yep, I agree.
so.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
I guess the mindset is when you make the big bet on the river, without anything knowing, we're thinking, okay, and he shoves, and now that he's got you covered, did you anticipate knowing that if you make this, you said you'd have left enough behind.
Yeah, I know.
That if you make the bet,
Actually, I thought I was going to take it down. I thought I
Yeah,
had
you thought you were
hand.
winning.
obviously,
I thought I was
yeah.
winning. I mean, I thought through the hand. I thought I
You
was
had that
winning.
parachute just in case.
Yes, I did. Yes, and like he shoved and you know
You tanked.
I tanked
Yeah.
for like 4 minutes probably. I don't know how long it was.
It
'cause-
was.
It was at least 4 or 5 minutes, but that was understandable in regards on what you were trying. What could you put?
Yes.
What hand could you put him on?
Exactly.
Maybe a busted flush draw.
and that's what I thought about busted flush.
Busted
but-
flush draw, maybe a straight draw.
Yeah.
Either or, maybe a combo, maybe some
And
sort
then,
of
and then I
combo
kept
draw.
on thinking, okay, king, he checks the king because he has ace king there, because he raised pre-flop. You know, that was something that was going through my head.
Hey Chris, can you have KJ come back here if he wants to, please?
Well, I mean, it's a couple of other things, but I think it was but I think realistically, the hand that pretty much was that before that was when you made the raise with the 2 5s.
Yes.
And
then
Doc called you with 2 10s.
Exactly.
And that took a good
I mean,
half your
how much
stack.
stack? No, more than half.
It took way more your half stack. So
I
now
was
you're
down to.
So you're in rebuild mode from there. So.
Well, no, I was down to like 6 big
You were.
ones.
Yeah. Eddie came back here and said you were down to nothing.
I was down to nothing.
And-
with how many people left? 1, 2, 3.
When he said that, I was
What's
questioning
that?
him. I thought he misread the board. I'm
No.
like, he's like, no, she only had like 2 stacks, and
No,
I was
I
like,
had-
was the rest in the middle and she won it? He's like, no, she.
I think I had
yeah.
37,000.
Yeah, and then came back
And came back and got second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think that's a test to the fact of the tournament crusher that you are.
Oh, thank you,
and
sweetheart.
don't let it fool you, but tournament crusher crushes it in cash games. We'll just another thing to stack up onto our Hendon mobs.
Well, another thing, like, okay, I was calling his jam.
Yes.
And when his raise, and then she jammed, and she's a very conservative player.
Right,
So I'm like,
right.
she has a monster hand, but I have pocket threes too. So I'm like, and pocket threes kept me in against him when he had pocket queens. I hit a 3 on a river
three.
in the when we were playing
Earlier.
But
had she not called
Right.
pocket threes, playing 3-handed, I'm going all in and stuff, but I knew I was crushed by her. But a 3 came on the river.
Oh, you would have
I
gotten
think-
it.
I would have
You would've tripled up.
I would have tripled up.
Oh.
But I think that at any point in time, I know you're sitting shorthanded with a pocket pair of 3s, even though it's a low pocket pair. Did you ever have a point to want to try to get a chip count, whereas to make the play, whereas in
No, I was in third place. I was.
Oh, okay, so, yeah.
There was
They
no
both-
ICM for you.
There was no ICM.
You're like, let's
for
go.
me.
You're-
No, I
you're-
was in third place, and she had quite a bit of chips, And she had, what did she have, pocket tens there?
I think she had.
Pocket tens.
She had pocket tens.
She had king,
tens.
queen, she had
King,
pocket
queen,
tens, and I had
king, queen,
pocket
yeah,
threes.
that's right.
And I thought,
Yeah,
and
you're in-
typically I play to win, but pocket threes,
Right.
when she jams, somebody's so
Yeah,
covered.
you're way
conservative.
behind.
I know I'm so far behind.
Yeah, you exactly
I can't
need
be
a three.
results oriented.
Yeah, for
even
sure.
though I would have tripled up, it was the right vote.
For sure, for
I,
sure.
absolutely so.
So.
Well, thank you again for coming in this, give us the post game
I love it.
interview. We always love having you here. You know that.
We did pull up your winner's photo
that was him
from the 100K.
That
I
was
pulled it up
all
on
Eric
Facebook.
Anderson on
What?
that one.
Your winner's photo.
Oh my gosh.
That was all
They love
Mr.
it.
Eric
That is
Anderson.
a horrible photo, Eric.
Hey,
Again, Mr. Eric Anderson
I know.
decided to do
Everybody
that.
loves
He's gonna spank him.
don't threaten me with a good time.
Again, Mr. Eric Anderson, now a resident of Dallas, Texas, has done that. But again, thank you again, Miss Randy. We
Thank you,
obviously
babe.
love having you here. I'm glad we're able to have an interview. I know we will see you again, possibly,
absolutely. I love this
through
place.
this
Love it.
Labor Day weekend. And yeah, absolutely. And congratulations.
Thank
I mean,
you.
you laddered up from obviously that one play.
From 37, I think that the blinds were at 2 and 4 there.
Yeah.
So that's
That's another thing we commented on is you guys were so deep and playing so aggressive. Like you guys had 60 blinds and you were jamming it in there like you were like a standard, final table 4 or 5 handed. You got 10 blinds, 15 blinds, and you guys had 50 and 60 big blinds.
yes.
We were just getting it in.
Well,
And this is a great structure.
well, it is a great structure. Other than like you're not going to have a lot of people buying in late because they don't have hardly any blinds going in. So that's why like maybe if we could make this structure where you have at least 30 at the end of the break, you have at least 30 big blinds. Like I think that you would get more people late regging.
Well, the registration's open for like
4 hours.
Yeah,
4 hours.
I was gonna say it's 4
Yeah.
hours. It's a late registration.
Yeah.
That's 7:30.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the reason why everybody knows I'm pretty aggressive, but there's only one other person that had more like an aggro style like that. So a lot of times I was playing my position and the conservative play of others on the. And there was times when I would raise and they would jam and I would have to fold, but a lot of times that gets through, and
for
just
sure.
picking up those blinds and
You
stuff.
can
is-
just bully them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we figured out whatever our well, we didn't figure it out because I couldn't replicate it,
Mm-hmm.
but we've been streaming for 43 minutes with no problems. We're going to try to stream the final table tomorrow. It's a $300 tournament.
It's a
Sunday
$300
I
tournament?
believe so. Yeah, it's
Starts at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Starts at 3 o'clock, $300 tournament. I'm going to try to stream again because, like I said, we after the 100K tournament, I'm going to call it a 200K tournament because
That's what I've been calling it. The
doubled-
200K
Oh,
tournament.
yeah,
So
we
there you
did.
go.
it was a
One that-
200K
was-
tournament.
yeah.
After that,
I was on that one too.
I know,
Yes,
I know. I
know.
saw the picture. You want me to
Again,
pull it
No,
up?
no,
Mr.
don't pull
Eric
the picture.
Anderson
Do not
put
pull
this
that
picture of her.
Do not pull that picture up.
It took me a while to find because we post so much on our Facebook and Twitter page. We post so much. It took me a while to
Well,
scroll
look
back
at
and find
look
it.
at the bad picture. I mean, all you have to do is like scroll. Oh, that one.
To the one with 156 likes.
Exactly. But again, it was Mr. Eric Anderson, now resident of.
I know he did
New
it. He
resident.
did it on purpose, and I didn't even really know him that much, and he did it on purpose.
I snapped a picture as you were making that, and I was going to delete it, and I went, "That's a great picture. I'm going to use this one."
It was not a great picture.
I love it.
You are being facetious.
No, I
as
really-
Again, it's Mr.
You are
Eric
being- you're
Anderson,
being
new resident
facetious
of Dallas,
as I had so many people
Love it.
contact me on Facebook
And go,
saying, "What in the world is this picture?" I'm like, Eric, this guy I don't even know did that to me.
Yeah, he's from Minnesota. I don't even
Now
like
resident
him.
again of Dallas, Texas,
He's
Mr.
growing
Eric
on me, though.
Anderson.
So yeah, come play tomorrow. Make another final table, and the stream will work.
At least that way, maybe he'll find a way to replace that picture at some point in time.
definitely do that.
He may
You better
never.
replace that picture.
He's gonna.
I 100% will get you a better picture next time.
Oh, well, I mean, thanks, Miss
Okay,
Randy.
thank y'all for talking with me.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for talking to us.
Absolutely.
I sure do appreciate it. Thank you. And I don't think we're getting KJ in here. Let's get
No,
this back to
I
normal.
don't think so.
Boom.
But
Stream looks like it's working.
I agree. I think the stream looks. We've had a chance to get all the bugs out with the stream.
I'm wondering, I've got, now I'm going to take the blame for this one. That I've got cables lying here, and with you guys, it's a tight booth back here.
I'm sorry,
So
guys. I left my bag.
No,
you
you're
left your
fine.
bag.
I left my bag.
So,
Did I go through it?
bag.
You never go through anything.
Uh-oh, now we have to keep the picture up now.
I don't go through bags.
No.
I didn't clean up the cables like I should have, and I think with you and Eddie, this is a tight commentators booth. If you tripped over a cable or something, it might have unplugged something. I'm not sure what happened. We'll get it fixed for tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, folks, we're going to make every effort to try to give you the best content, the best quality in regards on our streams. That's why our live stream guru, Mr. Eric Anderson, new resident of Dallas, Texas, is making sure on that. So, but we're going to take this opportunity. Thank you for those that have tuned into our retest of this final table for our 280 DeepStack Saturday 280 DeepStack tournament here. So for all of our players, all of our dealers, hosts, managers, this is the almighty Eric Anderson. I'm Craig Dobson. Thank you so much for tuning in here at Poker House of Dallas.